In this video, we are going to discuss a very important circular issued by the CBIC, wherein taxability of inter-branch services has been discussed in detail, and a number of queries or issues which were raised by the trade and industry are answered in this circular in a very brief manner. So in this video, we are going to take a deep dive into this particular circulars. So I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. I am Vinod Kaushik, and let's begin this discussion on circular number 199/11/23. So friends, this discussion will be very detailed because I'm going to touch the concept of taxability of inter-branch services in detail with the background of the concept, and then we will go to the circular wherein it is clarifying three basically aspects or three kinds of doubts raised by the trade and industry. So friends, 199/11/23, why this circular has been issued and what was the difficulties coming to the trade and industry. So friends, in GST, we have the concept of distinct persons. So distinct persons in a layman terms means entity is same, like it is an HO, right? And it have a multiple branches, like branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, and branch 4, right? HO is, say it is situated in the state of Delhi, and branch 1 in Haryana, branch 2 Uttar Pradesh, branch 3 Madhya Pradesh, and branch 4 Maharashtra, right? So now these basically the company is same. So we can name that. Suppose this company say it is Reliance Industries Limited, right? No harm in taking the name because we are not discussing anything specific data related to the company. So it is the HO of the company, for example, is situated in Delhi, and its branches are situated in various states: Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Now GST says that transaction between HO to these branches are taxable, right? Although they are between the same entity, but still they are taxable because of the concept of distinct person, right? Even without consideration. That is the beauty of Schedule 1. It says these transactions are taxable even without consideration also, right? So suppose, let's take example of goods first, right? You will understand very quickly. Suppose the HO is moving some goods from its head office to branch 1, from Delhi to, say, Haryana. What we are doing? We are charging IGST, right? So far, so good. Nobody is having any kind of doubt. Everybody is happy that we are not required to issue any kind of forms. There will not be any kind of permits, etc. The branch office will get the input tax credit of 18%. Everything will be very smooth and very easy, right? So now where the query comes, or where is the difficulty, is that this HO is having a number of skilled employees, right? Skilled employees. And what they are doing, these skilled employees, what they are doing is they are doing accounting. They are doing internal auditing. They are doing admin work. They are doing IT. The server of the entire branches and head office is situated in Delhi. So they are doing a number of activities they are doing. For whom? For the branches. So somebody tried to get answers from the advance ruling, authority, and everybody knows the famous judgment of Columbia, right? Columbia, Bangalore based company. It was the advance ruling of Karnataka, right? Columbia Asia Hospitals Private Limited, the company asked these questions to the honorable advance ruling authorities that my head office, or you can say my Indian management office, is situated in Karnataka, and it is rendering accounting, auditing, admin, IT services to various branches. Now, they asked the specific question under section 97 that whether we are required to make a tax invoice for these services. The authority answered in positive that you are. And what will be the valuation? The salary. The salary of the staff shall be taken as a value, taxable value, for the purpose of computation of GST, right? This advance ruling authority created a lot of chaos in the industry wherein there are multiple branches. And surprisingly, this was affirmed by the Appellate Authority for Advance Ruling, AAR. It was affirmed that the advance ruling given by the AAR is perfectly legal, valid, and it was affirmed by the Appellate Authority for Advance Ruling. Now the problem started. And some of the companies started raising the invoices to their own companies on account of services, and they included the staff cost, the salary, and salary of whom? The CFOs, the big company like CEO, the other important staff like vice presidents, etc., the head IT, right? So now problem started. The circular now, after a gap of, you can say, 5 years, has now come. And it is basically clarifying 3 aspects. Clarification number 1, in brief. The board has posed a question that HO is receiving various services, and they have taken example of security services, right? HO is receiving security service, invoice for the same is like 20 lakh plus GST 18%. And these security services are attributable to branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, and branch 4. And what was the question before board? The question was whether this HO can attribute this cost of 20 lakh to these B1 to B4 by cross charge or by ISD under section 20. Which method can be used by the HO to distribute the credit? Now, board has clarified. What is the clarification now, friends? The clarification is that they can take either of the option. They can use cross charge also, or they can use ISD also. ISD option as on date is not mandatory. It can be used as an option. If you are comfortable in raising a tax invoice, you can do that. But tomorrow the government is planning to make this ISD mandatory, right? Tax invoice oblique ISD. You can do any of that. But tomorrow, if it is made mandatory by the amendment in the Act, you have to do the distribution of credit via the ISD mechanism in case of common services like security services, auditing services, like the IT services, which are common in nature, which are used by the head office as well as to the branch offices. The second question, and very, very pertinent question asked to the board, was that now take an example of an HO and it is having branch 1 and branch 2. Now, question pertained to the internal services like accounting, IT, and admin. What will happen and what will be the value of services? This question was asked to the board. Now, board has clarified that where the recipient is able to take ITC, where the recipient is able to take ITC, value of services shall be the open market value, but it will not include the staff cost. The staff cost shall be the outside the purview of the taxable value. And open market value in case of related persons, or you can say the distinct persons, we have to go to the rule number 28. And rule number 28 says first open market value. If it is not available, then similar services like kind and quality. If it is not available, you go to the rule 30 and 31. Okay. And then what happens in case of distinct person when ITC is available to the recipient? Now the second proviso says any value can be taken as open market value, right? This was the second clarification, friends. Third clarification. HO is having branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. Now, this HO is, for example, in the healthcare sector, right? These are its branches, that is hospital number 1, or you can say 2 or 3. As you all know that healthcare industry is basically deprived of the input tax credit. They are not admissible. They cannot take input tax credit because their output services are exempt, right? Healthcare. Now, what will happen in case my recipient is not able to take input tax credit? So I cannot take any value as open market value. 28 second proviso not applicable to me. 28 second proviso is not applicable to me, and I need to, and I ought to opt for sequence of rule 28, that is the value of similar kind of services like kind and quality. Open market value, if it is not available, then like kind and quality. If it is not available, then we go to the rule 30, and if rule 30 is not helping us, then we have to go to the rule 31. But the sigh of relief, you can say the one of the beauty of this circular is that in this case also, wherein ITC is not available to the recipient, staff cost shall be excluded. Cost of salary, you can say. Otherwise, you have to go to the valuation rules. What are valuation rules? I already explained you. Now just giving you the summary. Rule 28, two methods: open market value If it is not available, go to the similar kind and quality. If it is not available, go to the rule 30. Rule 30 says 110% of the cost. Go to oblique provision of services. If it is not available, then go to the rule 31. What rule 31 says? Rule 31 says that you have to take value by reasonable means and consistent principles, right? Consistent principles. Basically, you have to take the reasonable means with consistency, right? You have to take where the value, you will see where the value of supply of goods or services or both cannot be determined under 37 to 30, the same shall be determined as per using reasonable means consistent with the principles and the general provisions of section 15, that is valuation on the provisions of this chapter. So friends, this was a very, very important clarification by the board, which is very useful in case of inter-branch services and some other services like you can say the corporate guarantee. Holding is giving to the subsidiary, right? So this will be again a very, very useful, that staff cost is not excluded, and you have to go to the 28 second proviso. Any value can be taken, and that any value will become open market value. With this, I'm concluding this video. I hope you find it useful in your journey of GST compliances, understanding GST. Thank you very much for watching this. Have a nice day. Stay blessed. Thank you.